Welcome back to CruiseAway, everyone. My name's Derek, and it's great to have your company. Now, we're here 3 times a day on Gecko, and we're always full of good holiday news from our amazing team. And don't forget, you can see all of our shows on our YouTube channel as well. We'll find you the most exciting trips. All you need to do is go to YouTube and search CruiseAway Australia, and you'll see all of the excitement there. This time though, we're showing off the best of our signature Dream Away holiday packages with exciting city stays around the world and the best way to see the world and feel like you've really travelled. We've got an epic Singapore to London cruise as part of P&O Cruises World Sailing on adults only Arcadia. 36 incredible nights of luxury cruising to dream destinations like Mauritius, South Africa and the Canary Islands. Now we're going to team that with city stays in both Singapore and London, and it comes up in March. Details on the way a little bit later. First though, the ultra luxury of an Azamara cruise journey with a difference, with cultural as amazing events, select drinks, smaller passenger numbers and more exciting destinations. We'll be joining the Azamara Pursuit here in Sydney for 22 incredibly indulgent nights around Oz to Bali and lovely Singapore. Oh my word. Now, for those of you who are new to Azamara, here's a little bit of an overview of life on board from our footage here. Smaller ships for a start, which I think is brilliant. You are cruising with the few here. So this is feeling a little bit more like a charter and a little bit less like a cruise. So a little bit more luxury is a little bit of an understatement actually. The whole thing is very, very luxurious indeed. So actually these ships can hold many more passengers, but they deliberately keep the occupancy low for you. So there is more space. There is that more feeling of, yeah, this is mine. This feels like I'm never waiting around. There's so much included as well. You stay longer in port, for instance. You have more overnight stays on the itineraries. You have night tours available, which is really good. They go far off the regular cruising track, and they have the prime docking locations as well. So they're docking right in the heart of the action. A very, very high crew to passenger ratio. It's around about 1 staff member to every 2 guests, which again is really good. It means that there's no rushing around, there's no waiting in lines at bars and things like that. And they spend a lot more time, as I say, in the ports themselves. So it's all about enjoying the adventures. As you can see, the surroundings are beautiful. They also have these as amazing evenings as well on most of their voyages, where either they'll bring an entertainer or an experience on board the ship for you exclusively, included in your price, or they'll take you to a destination, to an experience that you can't get on the excursion timetable, which I think is really very nice indeed. You will love it. You'll get very, very used to this actually. You and just 700 passengers at the most is on board this ship. So you really are getting lavish with the attention. Of course, we're starting this one right on our doorsteps in Sydney. First day at sea, you'll love. And then we're into Melbourne, and you can take the City Circle tram loop here around to attractions like the Botanical Gardens and the Healesville Sanctuary, of course. Lots of cobbled streets here as well to enjoy the lovely cafe culture. A day at sea, and we're in Adelaide, and we're here for an overnight, so 2 full days. You can swim with dolphins at Glenelg. You can explore the picturesque villages in the Adelaide Hills here, or just relax in the parklands. There's great wine in this part of the world as well, of course, very famous for the wines here. 2 days at sea, and we're in Albany, the oldest colonial settlement in Western Australia, and lots of colonial buildings here, such as the St. John's Church and Albany Courthouse. So great if you like steeping yourself in history. If you don't, just find a lovely beach. Next, we cruise on to Busselton, Margaret River, of course, popular tourist destinations here, including the old Talk House. You've got the caves there with the stalactites. Stalactites come down, don't they? That's the way you remember it. Then we cruise on to Fremantle. Now we're here for an overnight as well, so 2 full days in Fremantle, the port here. So you've got many, many options here. Cottesloe Beach, of course, not too far away for a nice little swim, snorkel or a dive. You've got Perth Zoo, which is just a few minutes from the city centre. So much for you to do. Geraldton on our way round Oz next. Head up for a picnic on the Esplanade here. There's a sea lion colony near the port, and it's a big area for water sports as well. Lavender farms. I love lavender, don't you? great for sleeping. 2 days at sea, and we're off to Broome next, and I would love to take one of those camel rides on Cable Beach. That would be pretty extraordinary to do. Of course, you're in the Kimberley region here, so you've got great landscapes and great tours that you can take. And a couple of days at sea, and we're across to Paradise, Benoit in Bali. Oh my crikey. An amazing tour here, by the way, takes in Ubud's ridges, valleys and valleys, and you walk through the village itself and see the local communities, the rice terraces, and see the Balinese way of life. That would be lovely to do. 2 days at sea, we arrive into Singapore. We stay on board for an overnight, and then we leave the Azamara ship and we stay for a 2-night hotel stay, which is nice and relaxing. Nice way to round off your holiday here. Of course, you can nip into Raffles, have a nice Singapore sling and throw the monkey nuts on the floor, or you can go shopping until you're dropping, because it's the last thing you're going to be doing before you're flying back to Sydney, of course. Lovely city, and great to see it by night, of course, as well. So you've got your final night on the ship in Singapore, and then 2 more nights in a hotel before you then fly back. Now, I have to tell you that on this cruise, you really are enjoying the very best of everything. There is so much included for you. Things like soft drinks, self-serve laundry, all of those kind of things, shuttles into the ports are all part of your Azamara experience, which is, it's difficult to star rate Azamara because it's way beyond 5-star. And I think, to be honest with you, it's way beyond 6-star as well, because the amount of inclusions, just the level of service that you are getting, you are always feeling well attended to on one of these ships. The added little touches as well are the things that make the biggest difference. The fact that you're on a ship that should have so many more passengers on it for the size of the ship, and yet they keep it to a small number, so you really feel like there's plenty of space to think. There's head space, there's physical space, there's wonderful quiet spaces to escape to, there's great entertainment to enjoy, and those little cultural events as well, which are really, really special and all part of the experience. And yet, in saying that it's way beyond 6-star in terms of its cruise quality and rating, if you like, look at the price tag here. Because we're not paying, by any means we're not paying a 6-star or beyond or a kind of charter feel price bracket at all, are we? I mean, that is, if you've never tried this luxury, more inclusive cruising, where so much more is included as part of your fare, and it's a wonderful, classic, sophisticated, upscale cruise, but very comfortable and relaxed, by the way. It's not all formal suits, 24 hours a day. You don't need bow ties for this at all. Then that kind of price tag kind of opens the door to tasting this beautifully, doesn't it? Now, there are upgrades available on board as well. You have got the most fabulous accommodation as it is already. Every single accommodation on board is amazing, but there are some upgrades that you might want to enjoy as well. So here they are for your ocean view and for your balcony on this one. It's just superb. I have to say, you are going to love just the whole experience of cruising with Azamara, because it's a whole new ball game. If you've cruised with, all of the major cruise lines where it's bigger ships and a few thousand people, try this luxury boutique cruising where it's 700 maximum passengers, where the food on board is just to die for, exceptional. The amount of inclusions there as well is completely and utterly way beyond everything you have seen so far in cruising. Try it, give it a try, why not? How many times do we live? We're not like cats, we don't have 9 lives, we have just the one. 1300 412 358 is your toll-free telephone number to call here at CruiseAway. And remember, we are a cruise travel agent, so that's what we specialise in, and we have done for over 25 years right now. So our team have been on board the ships and they can answer any questions for you as well. Just call us and use that expertise. And remember, when we put a package together, there's no extra booking fees there for you as well. We want to find you the very, very best deal around the world. Now listen, maybe you were just flicking through Gecko today and you've stopped on the show and thought, I like this. I like looking at holiday images and wonderful places to go and travel to, but you've never taken a cruise holiday before. Can I just have 2 minutes of your time so you can see what you're missing?
When you choose to cruise, you'll experience one of the best value holidays with so much included as standard. Your floating resort will take you to multiple destinations in one trip, where you'll wake up to a new view every day and only have to unpack once. Your en-suite accommodation will have everything you need to feel right at home, with a daily service provided by your personal cabin steward. Around the ship, you'll have the opportunity to take part in various activities, which can include quizzes, dance classes, game shows, movie screenings, lectures, and much more. If that sounds too much, then feel free to relax, unwind, and watch the world go by in a solarium or around one of the pools, or even in a hot tub. If you're cruising with a family, then the little ones will be well taken care of, with a range of kids clubs available for all ages from morning till late. Plus, no matter the age, everyone can have a thrilling time with rock climbing walls, zip lines, water parks, skating, simulators, and even bumper cars. When it comes to food, you'll never go hungry on a cruise, with options available right around the clock. Enjoy fine dining with waiter service in one of the main restaurants, or opt for something more casual in the self-service buffet. There's also snacks and room service available too. And as the sun goes down, that's when the ship really comes to life. Every evening, you'll be spoilt for choice when it comes to entertainment, from Broadway-style shows in the lavish theatre to live music, comedy, karaoke, silent discos, as well as onboard nightclubs, allowing you to dance the night away. So, if you want more holiday for less dollar, make sure you choose to cruise.
And I'm just going to add to that as well, because before I started talking about cruising on a little television screen 15 years ago, I didn't really get it. I didn't really know cruising at all. I didn't know anything about it. And I started talking about it and I started going on cruises as well. And I really got it straight away, because you can cruise with anyone. You can cruise on your own solo. You can cruise with your other half. You can cruise with your immediate family. You can cruise with multi-generations of the same family. And you know, the brilliant thing about it is that you don't really have to keep track of each other. You can be on holiday together and yet all do your own things. So if you like to sit down, relax and be horizontal and then go for a siesta in the afternoon, fine, you can. The kids can go off to the kids club, or the splash parks, the water parks, the thrill things. They can all go off and do that. If you like to eat different things, fine, no problem. You go that way, you go that way. Plenty of opportunities and restaurant choices for you to go for. The other thing about cruising as well is you can see so much more. You can cover so much distance. I don't know if any of you have one of those big world maps on a wall somewhere and you put little pins in when you've been somewhere. Well, on a cruise, blimey, those pins, you can really cover a massive, massive amount of the world in one holiday. And don't think you have to do the things that are just close to the coast either, because we also match up cruises with inland experiences. Example, you can do a lovely cruise over in the Emirates, you know, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Oman, that kind of part of the world. Then fly over to Delhi in India and do an amazing 3-centre holiday called the Golden Triangle in India, which takes you to the Taj Mahal and 2 other fabulous, fabulous major cities in India. When you cruise up to Alaska, you can come inland and take the most amazing scenic train journey through the Alaskan Rocky Mountains. I've got so many ideas for you. Anyway, so have our team on 1300 412 358. We are right now showing off some of our wonderful signature Dream Away packages. And next up for you, this is a rare opportunity actually. How do you fancy joining part of a world cruise with P&O Cruises? I tell you what, It's a once in a lifetime kind of thing to do. Now, you'll be cruising on the very well loved and very famous Arcadia ship. Now, she's setting sail in early January on a 99-night circumnavigation world cruise to and from the UK. Now, we on this package are going to be joining her for the final 36 nights of this cruise from Singapore over to the UK. So we thought, let's team that up with a stay in London as part of your Dream Away package. So wait till you see this, you'll love it. We also thought we'd start your trip with a relaxing 2-night stay in Singapore. So we fly you over there first on the 6th of March. And the 6th of March really isn't that far away if you think about it. It will roll round before you know it. So if you book this today, you're actually going on holiday fairly soon if you think about it. So over to Singapore, and rather than just literally, going straight from the airport to the cruise port, you know how beautiful Singapore is. You know how much it has to offer, from the fabulous food to the attractions at night, down in Clark Quay, where everything lights up at night. There's always something going on. Gardens by the Bay. Maybe you've been to Singapore before, but maybe that was 10 or 15 years ago. Maybe it's time to see how the city has changed and evolved over that time. Of course, you can enjoy the best of old and new. And then it is time for your cruise. Oh my word. Right, this is P&O Cruises on Arcadia. Now, she's exclusively adults only, and she is so versed to doing the world cruises. Let me talk to you about what's included for you. Full board dining, of course, as you would expect on most cruises. 3 different choices there of main dining room. You've got, obviously, your soft drinks are included there, so your teas and coffees and your waters all included. 2 fabulous swimming pools to enjoy. One has a retractable roof, so even if the weather isn't so good, you've still got that lovely Caribbean internal feeling. They have a screening room cinema, which is very small and select, as you see there. Fabulous casino, if you fancy Lady Luck being on your side. There's onboard entertainment and shows, which are all included in the price of your cruise. Things like live music, comedy shows. There's a sports court there. There's a fully equipped gym and a range of fitness classes. They are all included. All of your service charges are also included as well. And let me just run through some of the many things, because this is a smaller ship for P&O, but so much on board. Well-stocked library with daily crosswords and trivia for you to get involved in. Wonderful shows in the bigger Palladium Theatre or the smaller Globe as well, which doubles as a nightclub of an evening. Several pools there for you to enjoy, lots of lounges and jacuzzis as well, and a sauna. There's a piano bar of an evening right at the top of the atrium, which you can enjoy. There's lots of shopping as well on Arcadia. P&O Cruises branded. There's clothes, jewellery and lots more for you. The screening room cinema with the big comfy seats. There's a salon. There's a gym as well. There's obviously somewhere where you can go and have wonderful treatments there. There's a Balinese spa. There's a whole wraparound deck that you can enjoy long walks and great views on as well, which aren't on many ships actually. You've got a good sized casino there with table slots and more. There's a Rising Sun pub, which is very, very popular indeed. It has a jukebox. They do karaoke and live quizzes in there. So even when you're on a long cruise here, which does have some chunks of sea days, there's so much for you to enjoy in terms of dining, relaxing, activities, lots to do for you every single day of your cruise. And of course, we're doing a world cruise here, or half a world cruise, because this whole 99-night cruise that Arcadia is doing here, you're picking up and doing the last 36 nights of. So we're out of Singapore to Port Kelang, which of course is Kuala Lumpur. Take a city tour here, see the King's Palace, the old railway station, the Petronas Towers and the bustling city all in one in Kuala Lumpur, before we then cruise on to Penang in Malaysia. Now the Snake Temple, always very, very popular here. Unforgettable experience, in fact. Or maybe just head to a relaxing beach and soak up the sun there and just enjoy your time. Now we've got a little chunk of sea time, 6 days at sea. We're across to Mauritius, and oh my word, it's just a paradise. And I really, really would suggest that you have a look through the list of excursions and get yourself to a real highlight. The Pamplemousses Botanical Garden lots of people go for. Next, we move on to Reunion. What an incredible place this is as well for scenery. Take a driving tour here to the mighty ravines and the pitons, the volcanoes. I mean, honestly, you have so many different choices. Here's another highlight. Cape Town in South Africa. We're here for 2 full days. So an overnight, take the ferry over to Robben Island. If you get the chance here, go and see the penguins and the mammals there. Maybe an evening or a dawn safari, both possible in Cape Town as well. P&O will offer you that opportunity too. Day at sea, and we continue down to Walvis Bay in Namibia. Now, the Sandwich Harbour wetlands here are where you want to head to, because it's very much like that picture at the top there with the wonderful colony or flock of flamingos. Next, we move across the Atlantic Ocean to Cape Verde, to Mindelo. Really peaceful here, very unspoilt, very remote. Enjoy a wonderful stroll or wander the markets here, or just meander and have a little beer in town before we head across after a couple of days at sea to Tenerife in the Canary Islands, which is just a haven. Again, volcanic islands, full of wonderful shopping and the bright lights attractions, or the wonderful countryside. It's gorgeous. Another one of the Canary Islands now, Lanzarote. You can take a tour to a vineyard here for some wine tasting, or head to Teguise, which is the ancient capital of Lanzarote. Timon Fire Park is very popular on excursions as well. A couple of days at sea, and we'll finish our cruise as Arcadia finishes her world cruise in Southampton in the south of the UK, and that is where we are going to leave, but not before we've been to Lisbon for the day, of course, the capital of Portugal. So we arrive into Southampton for the end of the cruise, and then we are in London for a 2-night hotel stay. Lucky, lucky people. You've got to round it off with a stay in London, haven't you? It's a wonderful time of year to actually enjoy London as well. It's kind of springtime, late springtime here, which will be very, very nice indeed. Go and see the Houses of Parliament, go and see just the sheer activity. Go to Parliament Square, go to Trafalgar Square, go to Buckingham Palace, wander along the south bank of the river, take the river bus maybe along the Thames, and there are lots and lots of other attractions, of course. London, I could be here from now until Christmas talking to you about the wonders of London in this time of the year, before you then fly back from Heathrow Airport back to Sydney, you lucky, lucky people. So look at all of that distance that you've travelled there. I love the fact that there are batches of sea days for you to enjoy on this itinerary as well. So flying over to Singapore, couple of nights in a hotel there, and then 36 nights, the end of that world cruise for Arcadia, Malaysia, Mauritius, Reunion, South Africa, Namibia, Cape Verde, the Canary Islands, Portugal, and back to Southampton, back up to London for a couple of nights in a hotel in London before you then fly back to Sydney. Oh, I've got some news on this as well, by the way, because you might be thinking, hang on a second, this is a part of a world cruise and it goes in March. This is quite late in the day to be talking about this. It is a bit of a late opportunity actually, and I can tell you very proudly on behalf of our team here at CruiseAway that if you book this with us right now, you're actually making a saving of over $5,000 by booking with us today here at CruiseAway. $5,000 saved on this trip by booking it right now. That's the flight to Singapore, 2 nights in a hotel there, 36 nights of full board cruising with food, entertainment, facilities galore on Arcadia from Singapore over to Southampton, the final leg of the world cruise, then 2 nights in a London hotel, and your flight back from London to Sydney, all for this incredible price tag. And whatever this number is, it should be $2,500 per person higher. I know, that's the kind of opportunity that we're opening the door to right now. Now, of course, that world cruise in London starts in January. So actually a lot of that world cruise is sold out. Not everyone takes the full world cruise. People take it in smaller chunks and sectors along the way. This is the 36 final nights of that world cruise from Singapore over to Southampton. But this doesn't have a lot of availability either. This is very much a late deal. Bear in mind that price of this package should be $2,500 higher per person. So if you want this opportunity, call this number pretty soon. And I'm going to apologise right now in case you are the person that is one call too late and all of the places are booked out. I'll apologise right now to you if that's the case. 1300 412 358. If you are ready for the opportunity, call us right now. Now, do we have, Mr. Producer, any upgrades available on this? Because that's based on interior. We have the ocean view, and we have a balcony upgrade price there for you as well. Now, bear in mind that we are, as a couple here, whichever option you take, you're saving over $5,000 by booking right now with CruiseAway. So we've obviously been given a hot deal and we've passed savings directly over to you. It's amazing. So call now, do not delay 1 second more. If you're thinking about this, call us right now on 1300 412 358. Remember where that journey took you as well. Here, there, and absolutely everywhere. And it's the final sector of a world cruise. It's incredible. Now, we've just saved you on this package over $5,000. And that's one of the many, many reasons why, with 25 plus years experience, when you book a cruise, you need to do it with CruiseAway.
With over 25 years of travel experience, when booking with CruiseAway, you're dealing with the cruise specialists. We can tailor-make the perfect holiday for you, adding hotel stays and exciting land tours so you can fully immerse yourself in the destinations you're visiting. We allow you to spread the cost of your holiday. Just pay a deposit today and then you have until the due date to pay your balance. You can browse our deals online at cruiseaway.com.au or call us toll-free and speak to one of our experienced cruise consultants based right here in Australia. Plus, as a fully accredited member of CLIA, AFTA and ATAS, you have total confidence and complete peace of mind when booking with us. CruiseAway, you know you want to.
You'll notice there on our logo as well, it says CruiseAway by Dreamlines. Now, Dreamlines is our parent company and we are a worldwide company and we have bases across Europe, over in the UK, in Holland, in Germany, and of course here in Australia as well. So when we're booking cruises with the cruise lines, our negotiation isn't just for cruises here in Australia, it's for cruisers worldwide. And the more business we do with a cruise line, the more deals we can unlock. The more deals we can unlock, the lower the price tags are for you. It's as simple as that. Because we take our savings and we negotiate the best we possibly can for you. We package them up with amazing city stays around the world and we pass on those savings over to you. So if you're considering a cruise holiday, wherever it is across the world, consider us first, seriously, because you are getting the very, very best of deals. I've worked with the company for well over 10 years right now, and I put complete trust in the deals that we put together as a company across the world. And it is so lovely to have your company here on Gecko. Don't forget, we're here 3 times a day, 10 in the morning, 1 and 4 in the afternoon, every day, talking more and more and more about fabulous cruise adventures around the world. So come back and see us again, and we'll cruise away very soon. Bye-bye.